the forgotten wisdom of Roman goddesses, Stoicism, and the divine feminine. In the marble shadows of ancient Rome, where temples touched the sky and statues whispered stories in silence, there existed not only warriors and emperors, but goddesses, powerful, symbolic, enduring. While men ruled with swords and decrees, the goddesses ruled through spirit, wisdom, and quiet force. Today, we journey into their sacred world, not as mythology, not as fantasy, but as timeless symbols of inner resilience, patience, clarity, and reason. This is not just a story of divine femininity, it is a story of Stoicism through the eyes of goddesses. Welcome to Stoic Gateway. On this episode, we will walk with the goddesses not out of necessity, but as a force that brings balance and restores the soul to ataraxia, which translates to tranquility, peace of mind, freedom from disturbance. The Roman goddess Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, craft, and strategy. She did not rule with impulse or emotion. She was not moved by passion or praise. She thought, calculated, observed. She was the mind in a world of chaos, and here is where the Stoics meet her, on the battlefield of the soul. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Minerva is the embodiment of this idea. She is the strategist not merely in war, but in life. In every insult, she finds the strategy of silence. In every failure, she builds wisdom. And in every conflict, she chooses the path of reason, not reaction. She teaches us, do not meet anger with fire. Do not meet pain with panic. Let wisdom be your sword, and stillness your shield. She is not loud. She does not scream. She simply knows, and that knowing is power. In our daily lives, when decisions cloud our mind and emotions burn like wildfire, invoke Minerva. Let her calm you. Let her whisper what Epictetus reminded us: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And in that reaction, choose wisdom. And now we look at the goddess of the hearth and inner flame. Her name is Vesta. In the sacred silence of Roman homes, the fire of Vesta burned, eternal, steady, untouched by the world outside. Vesta, the goddess of the hearth, is not the chaos of storms nor the thrill of battle. She is the center, the core, the unmoved mover. In Stoicism, the inner flame is the logos, the rational, divine order within us. It must be preserved, nurtured, and never allowed to flicker due to external winds. The goddess Vesta teaches us to guard this fire. You may live in a world that demands urgency, that shouts, provokes, tempts you to lose control. But within you, the hearth must remain untouched. That is where peace resides. That is where the Stoic lives. Inwardly calm, outwardly composed. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." But Vesta shows us, even in friction, the flame can burn steady. She reminds us to return to the center when we are lost, to protect the flame when life tries to extinguish it, and to understand that Stoicism is not about becoming stone, but becoming fire that doesn't rage. And now we look at Diana, the goddess of the wild, the moon, and self-sufficiency. Diana walks alone, but never lonely. She lives in forests, beneath moonlight, surrounded by the untamed, and yet she is not afraid. She is the goddess of the hunt, of chastity, of fierce independence. To the Stoic, Diana is a lesson in self-reliance. She needs no approval. She belongs to no one. She obeys only the natural order, the cosmos, the logos. A Stoic does not chase admiration. A Stoic does not fear solitude. Diana reminds us that solitude is not weakness, it is strength untested by the need for applause. Like her, we must learn to walk through our inner wilderness, to hunt down our weaknesses, to face the animals of our own mind, and to do it without asking the world to hold our hand. Epictetus taught freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Diana embodies this truth. Her freedom is internal. She is not chained by society, by lust, by noise. She is silence with strength, beauty with discipline. To be stoic is not to be cold. It is to be wild and yet controlled. Like Diana's bow, always pulled back, always aimed, but never careless. Another goddess is Ceres, the goddess of harvest, loss, and renewal. Ceres, the goddess of agriculture, growth, and loss. Her story is one of grief, the abduction of her daughter Persephone and the resulting sorrow that brings winter. But winter is not the end. It is a pause, a turning inward, a lesson. Ceres shows us that suffering is not to be denied, it is to be endured, and through endurance we discover the rhythm of the Stoic life. For what is Stoicism if not the wisdom to understand the seasons of the soul? Just as Ceres mourns, we too will mourn. We will lose, we will ache, but if we do so with dignity, with acceptance, with the understanding that all things change, then, like the earth, we will grow again. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Ceres teaches us to honor the pattern, even when it wounds. She teaches patience, rebirth, and the quiet Stoic truth. Nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. Juno, the goddess of duty, loyalty, and inner power. Juno, queen of the gods, protector of marriage, enforcer of oaths, she represents duty, loyalty, and commitment, even when it hurts. Many know her for her jealousy, but beneath that human veneer lies a deeper truth. She is the embodiment of responsibility in a world of impulse. The Stoic understands this. Our emotions may rise, but we are not their slaves. We remain loyal, not to emotion, but to principle. Juno reminds us to stand tall when life pushes us to kneel, to protect our values like she protected the sanctity of vows, and to never betray our inner kingdom for the fleeting rewards of the outer world. Seneca wrote, "No man was ever wise by chance. Likewise, no one becomes powerful by whim." Juno's power comes from consistency, from enduring the storm without breaking the code. She is dignity in the face of disorder. She is a reminder that Stoicism is not about avoiding the world, but standing with integrity within it. And then there is Venus, the goddess of love, desire, beauty. What place does she hold in the Stoic soul? Surely love is too wild, too irrational. But the Stoic does not avoid love. The Stoic purifies it. Venus, at her core, is not about possession. She is about connection, deep, real, and divine. She reminds us that love, when grounded in virtue, becomes a force of clarity, not chaos. The Stoics warned of attachment, but they did not reject affection. They taught love without needing, care without clinging. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Venus, then, is not the stormy sea of infatuation. She is the quiet ocean of compassion. She teaches us to see beauty in the ordinary, to love what is not what we want it to be. Venus reminds us, even a Stoic heart can bloom. To be Stoic is to love with eyes wide open, without delusion, without chains. All the goddesses, these are not just ancient myths. They are eternal guides, symbols of Stoic mastery through feminine grace. And whether you are man or woman, these goddesses remind you that power need not be loud, that wisdom need not be cold, that strength can be soft and that love can be firm. The Stoic life is not the rejection of emotion, it is the elevation of reason, and these goddesses walked that path long before it had a name. They whisper to you now, when you face pain, when you seek peace, when the world tries to shake your soul, stand still, be at equilibrium, breathe, remember who you are, and walk forward with divine composure. Thank you for entering the gateway with us. You've just unlocked something new. If this video spoke to something deeper within you, subscribe for more wisdom from the ancients, imagined for modern minds. Until next time, stay grounded, stay resilient, and above all, welcome to Stoic Gateway.